Good evening, everybody. Welcome to teamfortress.tv. We've got a doozy here tonight. The number one and number two teams in North America facing off on the map pick of Sunshine. And, well, we'll probably talk a little bit about that, but suffice to say it, Froyo have looked unstoppable this season, but they were almost very nearly stopped on this very same map. I'm here tonight with Console on the cast and not the cam, and Looster is bringing in our camera tonight.
Ahoy! It's nice to be on this end of the stream every once in a while. Yep, so tonight we do have, the head title match. The two teams everybody always wants to see face off, Ascent versus Froyo. Froyo have been undefeated, unsurprisingly, and unfortunately, the last time these two teams saw each other on Granary, Ascent got stomped just a little bit. However, it's a different map and a different week, so maybe they'll be able to get into it and defeat Froyo after what seems like years now since they've been beaten in a regular season ESEA match.
Well, yeah, and to Ascent's credit, Ascent traditionally have performed very poorly on Granary. That was a very strong Froyo pick, or that pick bent very strongly for Froyo. I don't think they've lost ever on Granary to Ascent, except for maybe one time, 4 years ago. They have lost to various iterations of Ascent on different maps, and so that's just the way the cookie crumbled, I guess. But we have a lot of players in server, so maybe they'll be kind to us and go early here. So I'm going to break into the rosters. I'll do Froyo. We got Shade on Medic, Habib on Demo, Blaze and Yomps are your soldiers, and Banny and Eric are the scouts. What about Ascent?
So, on the Ascent team, we do have... I'm trying to remember correctly. We have Aim on Pocket, Nursey on Medic. We've got Zaylor on Demo Man, Marmaloo roaming. And we've got Yite and High Five, the Scout Duo.
Yeah, so quite a bit different if you're just watching Ascent for the first time this season. It's a big switcheroo from previous iterations of the team. Badonsky is gone, and so is Mela, and Rando left a long time ago. So the core of that old Ronin team is mostly gone, except for Nursey. Nursey's sort of the elder statesman, as it were, for the Ascent legacy.
Indeed, it's a little sad to see with all of those old faces gone, but I think new Ascent have been looking strong. I mean, as I said, they did lose to Froyo and get stomped, but that's their only loss this season. Everybody else, they've looked really smooth against. Last week they had a close matchup against TF Crew, but other than that, it's been solid sailing the whole season. And maybe we'll see something out from them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here because this is Sunshine is a map that still very strongly favors the scout class, and as I said on Granary when we casted that game, I believe it was with Eckstein, you really need the Ascent scouts to step up on a map like that, and because Granary is thought of as a soldier-centric map, and they had a really rough night. So Sunshine, they've got to really be on their game here, and then you're looking for your soldier players to step up, because this map is kind of hard on soldier.
Yep.
And it looks like, so far in the pregame, that we have some shotgun soldiers in the building, in Yomps at least.
Well, he is no stranger to the shotgun. Seen him pulled out in this regular season quite a few times before. Maybe not on this map. Be interesting to see how that plays out, as it does seem that we're restarting, getting ready to go live.
Yep, and Shade has already called the crits, as is his tradition for the last several seasons. Crits to the first mid. On Granary, Ascent actually forgot and got totally devastated by the crits. So hopefully they remember their lesson, but I will let you take us away on this mid, Console.
Yep, so we do see the demo starting to roll out here. Habib actually taking a lot of damage pretty early. He's just low at 60. A clutch arrow, though. He almost went down from the scout's pistoling. So it looks like both teams are going to be circling around their right sides, both kind of playing passively. Oof. Oh no.
Yeah, they're starting to rotate. I like to call this sort of action the toilet bowl. So now both teams are on the wrong side of mid as they sort of duke it out here. AIM has gone in, so did Zaylor, and now we've got Ascent on the wrong side here trying to get back, and it looks like they are going to wipe out. Yeah, they're going to have to Uber to escape. You'd like to try and get something here because it looks like Nursey is trapped. Nursey's going to surf as far away as she can and just barely escape. Grab the pill bottle, but the crits is deployed as well. So can Nursey make the great escape so far? She can. Zaylor's going to fall though as well. But as long as you get Nursey out of there, everything is going to be okay because things are going to build pretty even here.
Yeah, Nursey getting out there is really important for them. However, they are 2 down without their demo, so it looks like Froyo's just going to be trying to dry push up this top right side. They're going to take out the gun really early, and Marmalou as well. This is looking like potential push. Looks like they're just healing up right now. Maybe they'll decide not to go on this, but they should at least send someone. They've got the sentry down again.
Yeah, the sentry is the only thing that can really ward off this crits, because if they pop it as soon as they get it, they will have advantage. They're going to dive the point here. People have to block it, and the crits come in, get a few frags, but it looks like Ascent might be able to hold here. It's going to come down to Yite. He's going to get enough damage done. Now it's just guys standing on the point, and that will be a hold for Ascent. But Shade survives, so they'll have another crits to deploy here. Nearly capping the point, but just enough life out of Ascent there, Console.
Yeah, I noticed that Yamps jumped onto the pillar in the middle of the room, and he just spammed a ton and made a ton of room for Ascent to just walk into the left, basically, or Froyo, sorry, a little bit colorblind tonight, to walk into the left and just try and sneak the scout onto the point, and they got a lot of cap time, but weren't able to full commit off of a failed sticky push. Yeah, also apologies earlier for that mid-fight. My cat decided to push my keyboard, so things got a little hectic.
That's why I banned the cat from this room. She can't get in. But they gotta keep the sentry gun down. They're really going all in to get rid of it. And the crits blows away Ascent. So that was per design, classic crit stuff there. You throw in a soldier, everybody groups up, easy win.
That was a textbook crits play right there. You throw in your soldiers, the distraction, everybody turns to shoot him, and then 2 seconds later you see your medic dead and another with him. So it looks like we are going to be rolling out into the second mid. Froyo taking the first round, so we'll see if Ascent can maybe turn it around right here.
Heading into another passive exchange mid, Ascent take the Tetris. So they're just standing out here right now. This is both teams kind of trying to feel each other out. Marmalou is in position to make a move at some point, but there's a scout sort of blocking him there. Vanny will be the first casualty. Aim will fall, but then Shade's taken out by Marmalou. They're still trading out kills, but now Nursey is the emphasis of this mid. Ooh, but big plays are going to come in there and ruin this front for a second. And it looks like, despite losing their medic so early, Marmalou will get the trade. Oh no, Nursey's all alone. So Nursey needs to make the impossible DM play here. She can get frags. Oh no. Didn't have the ability to do it. So unfortunately Nursey survives forever there. But they just couldn't keep it clean, Console.
Yeah, that's going to put Nursey at a real disadvantage too. Having that long spawn and Shade being on the crits, this is essentially, they have to play like this is full disad. So they do have high five out here on the Australian long shoot. So we'll see if they try and take a pick or at least try and force something out here. Though it looks like they're putting a lot of pressure in here from Yart, and they're just going to take high five out.
Yeah, high five kind of wandered out there, ate some spam, went straight up and died. That was his life there. His team didn't inform him very well as to what was going on, but it sounds like the crits are in. They get the sentry right away, but I don't think they're going to get really anything else here. Yeah, so blown crits, really. They just have to block the point.
Yep, they are trying to commit to it, though. They're actually getting a lot of picks. Zayler, Marvel, and Yite all down, so it looks like they're trying to commit through this left side. Eric and Yomps gonna die. They've got so much time on point, though. Oh, no. Habib's gonna... It all comes down to high five versus Habib. Habib's gonna jump out, so it looks like that's gonna be it for now. Shade keeps on peeking with these really cheeky arrows, just maybe trying to get Nursey down. Nursey was a little bit hurt in that fight, but is gonna recover. And I was really worried for Ascent there. That looked like it was going south very fast.
Yeah, it was by the skin of their teeth there. It nearly went for a cap, but they managed to squeeze it out there. Nursey did almost die. There was a point where Nursey had less than 20 health, and that's kind of why Shade was doing his arrow thing. Oh, Marmaloo, though, they're going to come in and get 3 quick frags. In exchange for your roamer, you will always take that trade. And they are capping this up. There's no spy or other nonsense back behind either. The thing is, though, Shade
they have the full
has
crit
his full charge. Yeah, so this may swing really quick.
We see Habib reloading up, and they're going around this corner. They're going to use it, and they're going to be looking for a pick, but he's found nothing so far. Actually, he's going to get taken out by Zayler. They move the crits onto the scout, but it's no use. They've got nothing, and they've lost 2 for it. Nursey's got this. They're throwing a 3rd in with Yomps. This is a disaster. It's just Banny and Shade. They're going to be backing up all the way, already out of mid. This is free mid and pretty good, decent Uber ad for Nursey.
Yeah, that was just atypically poor play from Froyo. You usually don't see him just screw it up like that, but that's just not how you crit. So now we've got an Uber moving through Cafe over here, and it looks like Nursey's gonna get in mostly unharassed. And here we go, the Uber is away, Blaze will die, that's okay for Froyo. It's just who else can they get? If they can get another frag, everything is great. There's Yomps. So aim will eventually fall, though, so what would have been really great, maybe go ahead and push last, turns into a potential stalemate.
Yep. I think the one key thing there that Nursey I don't think Nursey would think of, while Shade was in that forward spawn, Shade switched off back to the stock medigun, so if he's counting for crits, I mean, at this point, they're going to have large advantage anyways, but he might not be expecting the invulnerable players. So as we see, they are going to come out from this lower area. They're trying not to pop the Uber off, but he does anyways. Pops it off and gets aim taken down. Yomps and Banny just walking forward with this. They're actually going to take down the demo Zayler as well. So even with this 80% Uber, Nursey doesn't have any of her combo left, so this might be real easy for Froyo to just come and take.
Yeah. You're gonna, best case scenario here for Ascent is you use this Uber to block the point. There we go, so we're seeing a reprisal of the hero Uber, but this time it's a scout soldier, so it's not a true hero Uber. They will get a frag. Now the big thing here is the Ascent spawns are better, so all you have to do is just work from pick to pick, but then Nursey goes down, and that's pretty much gonna spell the end for Ascent being able to hold this, because they can't heal. And they're just going to hemorrhage players. They lose 2 more after that. So what could have been a decent-ish hold of mid is now going to be you losing second. And Ascent are right back where they started on last. Unless somebody makes a huge play.
Yep, it looks like they're trying to get some sort of force out here in a second. They've got a little bit of aggression here. They're not completely conceded. But actually, a lot of damage onto Blaze. They might be able to pick something and at least slow this down. But no, they're already Ubered into last with Banny. Sailor's going to get taken down, and they're not going to find much else. They've got all of this room to work with, and they're trying to get even to spam some more. They've got the soldier really low here, aim at like 80 health. Actually, he's going to take down Eric and Banny. Yomp's going to get traded for it, and Yomp is actually making a lot of room on the point. They're trading players left and right. Finally going to go down. But Marbaloo and Yite in the back line, or High Five rather, in the back lines, I didn't even see. They were taking on the combo that were trying to escape in Froyo, and Shade and Habib got taken down.
Yeah, it was a classic, essentially back cap play where If the combo really over... Oh no, Eric ruins Marmalu's whole career. Oh, and then he gets Zaylor. Uh-oh. He's heating up. So, but yeah, that was a classic play there where if a team is really extended into you and hasn't capped second yet, if you just send a player to disrupt, you can wipe them. And
no.
that's what happened.
Yeah, Eric, though, getting that pick onto Marmalu as he was jumping out of choke and then onto Zaylor, this is... It basically just turned the entire tide, and we've seen Eric a lot before. His sniper is impeccable when he gets to doing it. And he looks like he's trying to take a peek onto this left side. He puts a body shot into Marmalu, gonna take him down. Blaze finishing that off. This looks like a solid opening for Froyo to try and walk in. They're trying to peek a little more aggressive, and actually they've got a scout in. Banny trying to get a lot of point pressure. Trades for aim. It's gonna go down now. It's gonna be high five trading out for Habib. Losing their demo, I don't think they're gonna want to fight this too much anymore. So it looks like they will back up and concede what seems to now be an even Uber hold.
Yeah, and we'll see what Ascent does here, because they're putting a lot of pressure on, and they're going to get 2 kills out of it. They're going to have a off-cup Uber here, because they still... Oh, no. Mercy went for the big play arrow there, and it didn't happen. I don't think that really matters, unless a member of Froyo gets back behind her. Zaylor gets taken out here.
No.
So, yeah, Zaylor ended up off on his own, and as elementary TF2 states... when the roamer goes on the flank and doesn't find the other roamer, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, now Froyo are in, recontesting his entire point. Aim's gonna go down, Marm as well, and it's just Nursey left with her scouts. She's gonna try and fight this, and actually they're getting some picks, but yeah, they're gonna have a lot of trouble, and looks like they're just gonna try and back up and buy as much time as they can, as Froyo do have the Uber advantage and the players to boot.
Yeah, that fight is bad for Ascent there because they took too long to take second. So those 2 picks they got were going to be back and alive before they could cap the point. And that would result in a constant battle for second, and that's really hard to sustain. Especially because if you lose too many people over second, you lose the round.
Yep, we do see Froyo walking this Uber into top right, and actually they're already pressuring point a ton. They've got... Oh my god, Habib. The picks. Habib. It's all in the name. Habib 6 God.
Yeah, that was a rough last. I think they could have actually won it earlier because the point was relatively open and Ascent were basically on the back foot just waiting for Uber. And it just didn't come in time.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. They were close, but not able to get it. So we will be heading into what I believe is the 3rd mid. We see a teak bomb in really early from Marmalu trying to go behind, distract a little bit. And actually, all of Ascent are just trying to wrap this right side. They don't have a lot of height though. Froyo are just sitting on this bell tower with both of their soldiers. We see Marmalu coming in now from behind. He's going to take Blaze out not before being spotted. So Froyo just kind of sitting right now, just keeping the high ground. And actually, the crits comes out from Habib, who's going to take down Aim, and Zaylo's going to get taken down from Banny, and Banny and Eric are just going to clean everything up. Shade and Yumps go down from Yike and High Five, though, so there is a silver lining in that fight. They do lose the medic.
Yeah, that's... At least they got that out of it. That was a wise play, actually, from Froyo. The way that teams play this mid now, that's super duper passive. If you run crits, you've got a pretty good chance of hitting a lot of grouped up targets, and that's exactly what happened to Ascent, because you had 4 players standing within sticky det range of each other, and they were not expecting a crit.
Yeah, Ascent looks like they're actually going to try and come fight on the 2nd point. They're putting... Oh, there's a back cap attempt, but it's going to get stopped. So they do have even players. They're trying to fight this demo man on 2nd, but Habib just won't die. Finally goes down. Blaze as well, and it looks like it's finally just Banny and Habib. Banny's gonna just try and aggress a little bit here with Shade, though, as they do get their spawners in. They will lose 2nd, but they still have all this room and yard to play with. So, be interesting to see what their flank does with that.
Yeah, and there's a crits about to pop here, too, but Nursey ready with the Uber, so This is that awkward position that comes with crits sometimes that you may not be able to use it effectively because the other team can just make their players invincible. We'll see how they choose to actually play this. If you're Ascent, you should be pushing. Normally, you know, you don't push off a second. Oh no!
Oh no!
Nursey eats the crit! That, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was there. That's just a botch.
That is so unfortunate, and they're just gonna lose 3 more right off of that. They've got Blaze, but it's just high 5 left. Unless he can work miracles here, he's gonna go for the hero play, trying to jump over and get a quick 1-2 onto Shade. But Eric has something else to say about that, as he's peeking into this left side with B making tons of space for him. They're gonna just continue walking in top right, just completely relentless. Aim's gonna go down. Yomps is in, and Nursey's gonna get headshot by Eric. They're just... oh no. This is not looking good. High 5, the last one.
Oh, Shade with the BM. Keeping the half alive. But that will be the end of the first half. Ascent not looking their best tonight. 2 pretty key errors there, costing them 2 rounds. And Froyo have not played perfectly either, so they just haven't been able to capitalize in the same way as Froyo have.
It's just... it hurts a little bit to see some of these situations where Ascent has this really good opportunity to do something, and then Froyo just whisk it away like that. And it's just...
that's what Froyo does.
it breaks my heart, Marxist.
If you can capitalize on Froyo's mistakes, you can have an even game. But the second you make a mistake, that's probably the end of the round. Or you're going to be pushed back 2 or 3 points. And that usually results in a round win. So that's the struggle zone with playing against Froyotech. And it pretty much always has been, just because of the way they play. Since the team was conceived of when it became HRG. But I'll do a quick rundown of the stats if we aren't going super half. Oh, nope, we're already live.
We're in the first mid, Marxist.
Never mind.
The demos are here, the teams are here, and they're ready to play. We see a high bomb in early from Blaze. He's just trying to distract him in the background. A super high bomb from AIM trying to get on. Oh my god, AIM getting 3 in the mid off a huge bomb. They're going to get 3 traded back. But Nursey's alive with Zaylor and Yite. As long as Banny and Blaze don't make quick work of them, it should be easy. Blaze is going to go down. Banny's trying to put up a fight here, trying to get Nursey, but Nursey's going to get the BM arrow onto Banny. Actually gets 2. I love you, AIM. Mary, that was...
that's how bombs are meant to be. It was fat and juicy, and now we have full Uber advantage for Ascent. They really need to capitalize on this to have a decent showing for themselves. However, Banny already on the engineer, Shade on the crits, and they've got Eric on spy. Banny, I'm watching, he's building back at base, so he just assumes that this isn't going to turn out, whatever they're doing. But all eyes on Eric for right now as he's making his approach. Is actually going to miss his opportunity. I think he's just going to have to opt for the back cap play here. Or maybe he's going to go in. He's going in. He's noticed for... Nope. They pop Uber and they're in. I'll let you take it away, console.
Yep, so we do see Ascent with their last push of the game. They're going to take out the sentry, but not before Froyo gets a crits off their own. Doesn't look like they're going to find anything. But they actually will lose Blaze and Yumps. I'm wondering where the spy's going to come into play. And there it is, Nursey going down with high 5. Eric and Banny traded. It's going left and right. Anyone's last still. Oh no. And that's going to be it.
Yeah. They do manage to get Shade, though, quite late, and that's going to... Habib really strong there. Didn't get both of the final frags. Shade actually secures the last one, but that's a pretty big boon for them because this is going to lead to at least 10-ish% Uber advantage as long as they build really well. So that's something that's going to come into play here because they can just push again right away. The key here for Ascent is they need to do better after they kill the sentry gun. Like, that part of the strategy was pretty well set out, and then it was chaos from there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, they got part A done, and then step B question mark, step C cat point. So they need to find out that step B, and it looks like they're going to be trying to as they walk the scout demo in. Once again, taking out the sentry gun early and getting Blaze as well, so it might be something to work off of. But Habib's going to get the crits. He's going to take down Zaylor, and actually, Yomps gets flashed and is going to take down High Five. Marmalade going down as well to that meaty shotgun. And it's just Yite and Nursey, and they are out of town.
Yeah, they sold out there for the cap point and got taken out by the laser beams at the end. The issue there is they had to have known, even Shade not running crits, he should have been really close to Uber there. I would have liked to have seen them approach him with a little more urgency, and then they would have known for sure it was crits. But instead that was not going to happen, and then they try to push back into 2 and lose the farm. The repo man is here, and his name is Banny.
The only word, I think the most fitting term that could go with that is oof. Oof indeed. So, Froyo will have the 100% Kritzkrieg advantage. Blaze finding a high five in the back line, so no stragglers in the back line to worry about. And they're just going to be looking to walk this in through choke. Looks like Habib's trying to charge up a sticky. He hasn't popped off the crits yet, and actually he's taken a lot of damage. He finally gets it off, but not before Marmalou has a really opportune bomb and takes him out. They're going to have the soldier crits, but it's not going to find anything. Eric's going to go down as well. This could be opportunity for Ascent to move out as they do walk through this flowers area. However, Nursey's so low, she's gonna be alive though. Blaze is gonna get taken down. Yobs is gonna try and bomb it from behind, but Nursey is invincible as she's gonna walk her scout and demo in. Aim is below point and gonna get taken down by Banny. However, they should be able to take this point with relative ease. As I say that, Banny is just going ham. Gonna take out 2 by himself. Eric does get traded out, and there is this full Uber on Nursey, so it looks like Nursey's gonna fly across the map and try and pop it off. They are gonna find Blaze and Yomps with it, so it's Habib and Shade with the crits, so... Yeah, are they gonna try and fight this?
They need to cap mid. I don't think it's gonna come back to bite them here, because the forward spawn is in play. So they're gonna lock out a lot of these people, but the crits is in now, yeah, from Habib, and then Nursey's gonna die, yeah. Nobody was, they all left, or weren't there to start with, because they had to cap mid. So that was another moment where Ascent ended up in an oddball situation and clearly didn't know what to do.
Oh, Marxist, you can't let that happen. Nursey caught out just by herself on second. The crits was looking almost to be ineffective finding 1, but Nursey caught. That's more advantage, and this is going to be a relatively easy push I should expect for Froyo, as they're going to be clearing these sticks out with the Yomps shotgun soldier, and we see the full crits walking through flowers with the pyro as well on Banny.
Yeah, that may be able to buy them some space for this crits, but you still gotta hit the actual shots. Shade is gonna go down, yeah, the bomb comes in afterwards. Banny tries to get a replay kill and can't. But, flaming everything now. Blaze is gonna fall. They're really putting the pressure on still, though. Zaylor will fall eventually to the detonator. And we'll see. We saw Kawa last season actually have a ton of success with Detonator Pyro on this map, so maybe Banny's trying to have flashbacks right now.
Well, I don't know if Banny can match the Pyro prowess of Kawa. Kawa's as much skill as there is in Pyro, Kawa's unironically the best Pyro in Invite that I've seen. But we do see Nursey dropping to Yomps. That's we see just Yomps winning. That's what we see.
Yeah, you always, and then Banny gets a reflect kill for extra ignominy. Yeah, they always say sniper. Do we really want a sniper? But when he can get 2 kills quickly like that, you definitely do. So a very nice run for Yomps there. They're headed into last right now. Shade with the crits. I think they're debating critsing Yomps. They're gonna do it. Here goes the Yomps crits. These, normally they don't work. It's one of those good in theory, not so much in practice sort of things. It's not great when you're going against a choke that's held. But if you're in open space like on Viaduct, it's actually really good.
Yeah, so Froyo using their crits, and they found the sentry. So I guess that was an interesting thing that doesn't usually happen with crits. But they're not going to get anything else, and it's going to be a crits uber stalemate on last, on Sunshine. With Banny on Pyro, this is a very odd predicament.
I mean, that's not that unusual nowadays, I'd say, but yeah, they're trying to run an underplay, they're Ubering out. They get 2 kills. Normally this results in a round loss, because Shade can Uber right back in, and that, well, crits. But they have to get frags here. They're not getting them. Nice rockets coming out, but no frags yet. Marmalou will fall. But trading 1 for 2 so far, pretty good, Console.
Yeah, it does look like they're trying to work this even more. Oh, Yomps was so low, he avoided a rocket by just the tip of his tail, and it looks like they're gonna have to concede this yard area. So yeah, it looks like we might see a stalemate once again. There are 20 minutes left, so plenty of time for Ascent to take back 3 more rounds, and hopefully 4th and 5th if you're rooting for them to win. I don't know about you, but listen. We do see the Inercy and the combo, for that matter, walking in. A big bomb from Zaylor trying to shut out this choke, putting lots of stickies in. They're going to take a ton of ground and Uber mid for free, but that's about it. And we do see... is that Banny on Soldier now?
That would be a correct statement. They have switched. Yomps and Banny have traded.
I mean, I don't disagree. That's both of... Banny
both
started
of them
as...
can play both classes quite competently.
Yes. And we see Eric taken down and Banny. Eamon Zaylor got traded earlier on. And, ooh, we actually see High Five dying. High Five looked like he was going to get the timing right to get Shade, but Habib has those cat-like reflexes, so going to be unable to secure anything, and we're going to be crits versus Uber with Froyo on mid.
I'm throwing this out here, Console. Back when Blockbuster existed, right? You know, when we used to go to the soda fountain, there used to be talk that you could always tell what pub map a demo played. If they were a Gold Rush player, they had really good stickies, and if they were a Dust Bowl player, they had really good pipes. And you can see Habib now has developed in this post-pub environment because his close-range DM is just ridiculous. And you don't really get that in pubs. As we see a bomb in here and then a crits exchange outwards. But pretty much it's a 3v3 trade right now with Froyo getting the worst end of it. And Banny, that was a dumb push. I will agree with that.
So we see Shade out here winning the video game, taking out Marmalou, and it's come to a 1 versus 1 on second. MGE is very fun. Banny will lose the MGE, however it looks like High Five has another opponent to fight. Aim will be out here supporting him though, so... we will see a successful take of second by Ascent, and they do have a little bit of Uber advantage to boot, though they are going against the crits, so anything could happen.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think Nursey's going to be fast enough here that it should be just about even. I don't think they'll sell out hardcore for Shade in this scenario, because if he were running Uber, he wouldn't even be close. But we'll see how they choose to approach it, because they need to be doing it quick, like, as in already be doing it.
Well, they are going to finally walk in to top right. They're going to avoid dying to the stick, as we see the laser beams and Spawn take out Zaylor as he gets unflashed. It's quite comical. Nurse is going to die to the sentry that I don't think anyone saw. In fact, that's a very odd... I guess Banny is well known for uncharacteristically weird sentry spots, but he always seems to find just the right players with them, as he does find Nursey, and aim will fall as well, and that'll be second. And it looks like they're gonna lose Zaylor and Nursey again, trying to fight second. I mean, I guess with 15 minutes, it's starting to become a time crunch. I mean, they are playing against Froyo after all, so they aren't afraid to play the good old stalemate every once in a while. But
yeah, as if this were a typical game, I think Froyo is kind of just playing with their food at this point.
Yeah,
but if it were a typical game as Froyo, you could argue for parking the bus here. But they're going to pop these soldier crits here onto Yomps, it looked like. And he's just going to die. So, I don't know why the crits from the Cauliflower Alley have worked out okay. But every time they go from Panera Bread, it's just no good.
indeed. You see, I think the strategy there, because it seemed like, well, we now see Ascent trying to walk in and take this point. It's a Yomps and Habib versus High Five and Nursey, so I do think we might see Ascent take the point. But I think the goal with that crit strategy there, because it seemed like they were flashing the soldier and then they had their demo kind of in afterwards, is to use your soldiers, you know, rockets to clear out the 270 close range and have your demo, you know, do the typical long range, sticky, 270, drop the med, yada yada.
Yeah, I think they figured there would be close pressure on that door, so you just try and knock it back, but it still didn't pan out. We are seeing a chariot Uber right now, but they've lost one of the horsies. It went to go to the point and then forgot, I guess. And Froyo's coming back in. They do lose a player, but Ascent lose two in the exchange. Banny is going to fall, though, and that's always a help. So Ascent here, it's basically a mid-fight right now. Now Ascent are at the disadvantage here because of the respawn timers. So Eric was the first to fall and is on his way back now. And Zaylor will fall, and that's probably going to spell the end of it here for Ascent. But you never know, they might be able to cap the point. Habib, though, standing strong on it. Marmalou will fall as well, and they're going to have to make their way out. The crits comes off. Scout crits will get more frags as well. The Scout is going to have to die for his med. And Nursey makes the escape for now. That was actually... You might wonder why Yite did what he did, and it's... As long as you can distract players backwards, that gave Nursey the opportunity to escape. Sometimes you gotta do it.
Yep, we do see Froyo already on last, and gonna take what has been their fourth sequential round on Sunshine.
Yeah, Shade was 61 points that round. You're getting up there when it was over a 15-minute round though, so heading into our fifth mid, which could be the closer here. We'll see if Ascent can rebound and at least put a point on the board for their ego.
I think the thing we need to see here is some good height control from Ascent, because Froyo have been just denying all of the height. So we do see a nice bomb in behind from Marmalou. Aim's actually going to go down pretty early, and Froyo, Nursey, yeah, I just see Ascent falling left and right. That rhyme. And we do see a bomb onto Shade, almost taking him out, but no beams for the soldier. And we do see the crits actually forced out. High Five will get taken down, and actually an interesting air maneuver from Habib is going to get him dead. And it's going to be Shade finally falling.
Yeah, Shade on the wrong side there. Banny with the little bit of the trash talk. Marmalou had probably his worst mid of the game so far, because he basically contributed nothing and then got signed by Habib. And Banny typed in 20 ping for that. What a waste. But Ascent come away with the mid anyhow, so good enough. Yomps is on that sniper though. He's been effective. So we'll see what's going to happen now. They're trying to get in through the cafe.
Oh my. So Marmalou just did a really nice bomb in and got a ton of room, and then just immediately got their shot and cleaned it up. And they lost aim as well. Banny's going to trade, so it looks like they were going for a two-man because aim did go in, and we are going to see the Uber actually coming out, so it looks like they know they have the advantage. They're going to find Blaze, and actually they're going to catch out Shade here. They're going to be able to find the frag. They're going to chase so far, and Shade's actually kind of hurt, but it's going to be, yet again, no luck. Shade living with 46 HP, and he's got the crits to boot, so Nursey is going to go down there too. Eric finding Yite as well. And aim is gonna go down to Habib. This is looking.
Yeah, they're essentially recommitting the mistake that Froyo did earlier, where they got really hungry for the medic frag, and so everybody way overextended for it, and then Froyo ended up on their lone last as a result. And Ascent are headed into that territory unless some kind of miracle can occur. Or Froyo really botches his crits.
We also see Nursey on crits. She's at 40, so this could be... I'm interested to see how this plays out, as we do see the Habib crits. So far he's been knocked into the air and not landed anything, and I believe that is what they call the Habib on the forum. Zayler will die too though. Blaze and Eric getting traded out, so Banny is going to fall as well. It will be the numbers advantage for Nursey, as well as being at 90% on this crit, so they're looking to walk forward and hopefully not use. And they're going to be on this middle point.
Yeah, they don't really need to. What they're trying to do is stack this out so they don't have forward spawns to deal with. There are only 3 players on 2 right now. So they theoretically may not even have to use this crits at all. Unless they just leave Marmalou to die. I don't know why they're playing so passively here. Crits is a weapon of aggression. You don't want to sit on it any longer than you have to.
It looks like they might have squandered their opportunity, as they're trying to walk this crits in on left with Zayler, but he's got no support, no room, and he's going to be a goner. Yomps gets traded out with aim getting a flash of that tail end, but man, you could have not picked a more unfortunate time to try and push, as Marmalou and Yite gonna go down now, and Froyo have the crits.
Yeah, the timing for Ascent tonight is just not there at all. Their flank is like going for that long, deep flank when their combo is pushing, and so their combo dies and the flank does nothing. Or the flank is flanking like 2 to 3 seconds after the combo is already dead. It's like things just aren't quite right for them tonight.
Yeah. Well, luckily for them, this is the regular season, so it's not for all of the marbles yet. Though, yeah, it's gonna be interesting going into playoffs and seeing what the map pool is gonna look like. As we do see Froyo possibly looking to close this out. They have the advantage. They have the Habib. All they need is the stick to land. Will they do it? They are getting ready. They're actually not going to take Habib. They're going to take the Soldier Flash, and they're going to find Diddly Squat. Oh, I take that back. They found Marmalou. Good for them.
Nursey has crits too. So this is an interesting scenario that used to come up a lot more when teams ran crits more often, but since the demo nerf of like 2 to 3 years ago, you don't see it as much, just because it's harder to use crits. So here we go. You've got to try and use your crits here, so they're going to go ahead and do it, but they've got a back cap going as well, but that's going to be dealt with. Yomps dies. The crits gets nada, and, well, so there's that.
Mini. Yeah, the biggest thing I'm noticing... Oh no, they're just going to lose more players. There goes Marmaloo, Yite, and Aim. It's High Five and Nursey with the glory hold on last against 5. It's going to be the crits. It's going to be High Five's life. And it's going to be the point. Not only that, it'll be game. GG to Froyotech.
Yep, so an unfortunate night for Ascent. They didn't even get their one courtesy round out of Froyo either. We had some pretty good trash talk moments, though, from Banny, so there's that at least. I appreciate seeing some trash talk in the game. So we'll run down the stats real quick. Like, the most telling stat is Shade, a constant survivor, right? 4 and 9. Meanwhile, Nursey, 21 deaths in that particular game. That is a rough night for the medic. Also, Shade ran crits basically the whole game and almost got 30 Ubers. But your king fragger of the night is Eric with 41, Habib very nearly at 40. And then, let's see, who did top damage? Top damage was Habib, so Habib just absolutely going ham. You would expect to see that with the crits in play as much as it was. And then who struggle zoned the hardest? It's a tie between Aim and Marmaloo, it looks like.
Ooh, with deaths. I thought you were talking about damage done.
Well, yeah, lowest damage done was definitely Yite at 173. That's well, it's not that bad compared to everybody else, but on his team for sure. But Blaze only did 217, but it's rough on soldiers, this map. So, for example, Blaze's team wins 5-0, and he goes 18 and 29. So, it's just, you're not going to have a fun night on Roamer on this map, usually.
Indeed. Speaking as a Roamer player myself, though, albeit not nearly the caliber of Blaze, I can definitely feel for this map not partaking to the Roamer role. So, you will die a lot on this map as Roamer. It's an inevitable fact of life. But, are there any interesting stat points other than that? I'm curious.
Eric has 9 med picks.
Jesus.
So he had Nursey's number, I guess. You don't see a med pick count that high typically in Invite.
No. I mean, Marmaloo had... The next closest is, I guess, Habib on 5, and then Marmaloo and Yomps on 4. And I want to give Marmaloo a little bit of credit. He did have... When I was watching him, he had his moments here and there. I thought that he had some really well-timed bombs, especially on mids. Though you can't beat that Aim triple kill. Someone please clip that.
That was the highlight soldier bomb of the game, really. It just, unfortunately, Ascent could not convert it.
Well, you hate to see it. But let's take a look at these invite standings real quick before we end the night off. So I believe that will securely and firmly put Froyo's foot in the door as first place. Still undefeated, still rocking and rolling, still busting it out. Ascent will be comfortably be in second with being 10-2. Rounding out playoffs. Looking so far right now, we have Velocity and New Godflow. Those third and fourth spots are hardly solidified. Third through seventh pretty much have all been pretty even, taking matches back and forth on each other. And even if you look at the win-losses, like 6-5, 5-5, 4-7, a lot of these teams still have playoff potential. So I think Froyo and Ascent for sure have a spot. And after that, it's anybody's game.
Yep. It's a wide open. And usually we say that it is too, but it this season, nobody knows what the heck's going to happen after second place, really.
Yeah.
The rosters are very fluid, so it's not like we have a perennial third place team really in the running anymore, because the rosters have shuffled so much. So it should be pretty interesting to see those teams play it out since we ran down the standings. I imagine there will be more games casted this week. They just haven't been scheduled yet. I would imagine Thursday night for sure. If not, thanks for joining us, but do you have anything else to say, Console?
Not really. It's been a pleasure, Marxist.
Yes, my first cast with you not on the camera. Well, for myself, Console, and Looster, the new cameraman for this season, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.